Before the last Victorian state election in November 2010, Portarlington Primary School were given the impression that they had secured $6 million in funding for a much-needed upgrade and school rebuild by the then Labor state government. Since the inception of the Baillieu-led government, the funding has not been forthcoming, and there has been no formal indication if or when the school will be receiving these funds.
The children of Portarlington really deserve to have a new school facility. The ideal situation would be keeping our lovely heritage building, having that renovated, having that fixed up for posterity. It's one of those things in Portarlington that's an icon, and everybody knows the building. But to have that and then attach to it a lovely new facility where children can be in their classrooms with their teachers but able to work with other children from other classrooms. So the buddy program between grade 6s and preps can work really well because they can go to see each other during the school day. It's not just when their teacher is able to take them. The children of this community deserve a new school. They deserve to have the same things that the children in other communities have. In the current situation where we have discrete classrooms separate from each other and children have to move around quite complex areas to get to other parts of the school, they have to go out of their classrooms and into the weather to get to other parts of the school. So to go to the art room, for example, they have to walk down a corridor, go outside, go around through a garden area and then go to the front of the school where they get entrance to that room. They have to do this obviously with a teacher, so the teacher has to be with them every moment of the time that they're going between classrooms. They can't go and just get something from the art room, they can't go and put something over there. It's got to be done in a great group, which is really inappropriate for 21st century learning. What we'd like to see is a school designed around the needs of the children, where they're able to access all of those things and teachers can see where they are at all times.
The redevelopment would help to transform the school from the 1882 building that requires constant maintenance to a modern educational hub. A vigorous campaign from the local Portarlington community is building in an attempt to bring resources at the local primary school into the modern age. Concerned parents and community members from the Build Our School Action Committee, also known as BOSAC, are committed to voicing the community's concerns and to facilitate a dialogue with the state Liberal government to secure the funding for the much-needed school rebuild.
Effectively what we're asking for are facilities for our school, or facilities and buildings for the school, that really reflect and match the quality of the teaching that occurs within that school on a day-to-day basis. Our children have fantastic experiences at this school. A lot of the programs are value-based, the teachers are committed and dedicated, but the buildings don't match what happens within them. So what we're asking for is that our children have equitable, allocation of funding from the government in order for them to have the same sorts of facilities that other children have. We're not asking for more than that, we're simply asking for what we think they have a right to have, as part of their right to, a good education.
Education Minister Martin Dixon visited Portarlington Primary School earlier this month and toured the school with students, staff and parents. In his visit to the school, Mr Dixon recognised the outdated and poorly maintained state of the buildings and the need to match the educational facilities with the dedication and excellence of its teachers. To date, there has been no firm commitment from the state Liberal government to fund the school build, but Mr Dixon stated that the school would know if the project will proceed by the end of this year. This is Danielle Chambers reporting for Go2News, Deakin University.